And just like that, they found black people in New York. And just like that, they found new friends. How about that? Charlotte being Charlotte, overdoing and overthinking everything. She was obsessed with this dinner party, and she's such a perfectionist that sometimes it's cringy to watch. But that's Charlotte. That's who she's always been since season 1 of Sex and the City. Remember when she tried to be like the perfect Jew after she married Harry? And now she's trying to be the perfect friend for Lisa. She was so obsessed about finding black friends to come over to this dinner party that she went and harassed her neighbor. She went and invited some women at school that she didn't like. And I was like, tone down a bit, Charlotte. Like, tone down a bit. But I do give credit when credit is due. And the way Charlotte stood up for Lisa when her mother-in-law was giving her a hard time, she really came through. Okay, I know she did, huh? She did. She was naming all the art in that apartment piece by piece by piece. You show them how passionate you are about art, how knowledgeable you are, and how capable your friend is. And that's what friendships should look like. We should uplift our friends. And for all of you watching, if you have people in your life who don't bring you up, cut them off. Cut them off. By the way, the art pieces in that apartment were beautiful, huh? Now, Miranda had a dinner date with her professor, Nia, and they actually had an interesting conversation about what motherhood looks like. They talked about what really it's like to be a mom, and then that there are moments that you wish you didn't have kids. Like when Miranda said, I wish I was a judge that would come home to an empty house so she could just have Miranda time. And Nia said, because, you know, she's going through IVF right now, and she said on the first time that she didn't get pregnant, she said she was relieved. I really enjoyed that both women were very open and honest. And then we have Carrie. Carrie decides to sell her and Big's apartment because, you know, it's haunted by Peloton. And we meet her real estate agent named Seema. And I'm liking the dynamic between the two so far. Like when they went out to the city for drinks and lunch, and then they bonded over cigarettes. Seema is so different than Miranda and Charlotte that I'm enjoying her interaction with Carrie. They actually had a great last scene together when Carrie walks into the apartment after an open house. Seema is apologizing because she broke a picture frame that had Carrie and Big. Carrie says, "You're being very insensitive." And Seema throws right back at her because when they were at the restaurant, Carrie told her, because Seema is on dating apps, and Carrie told her, oh, I think it's great that you're still putting yourself out there. So Seema was telling Carrie, I think you were insensitive to me then. That conversation was interesting to me because perception, it's not reality, especially when it comes to people's feelings. I think we all have to be mindful when we say things because, you know, some things might come off harsh even when that's not our intention. Also, acknowledge other people's feelings. I like how both women were confident enough in expressing their feelings without being mean and harsh to each other. All three women were finding friends outside of their little circle. Miranda has Nia, Charlotte has Lisa, and now Carrie with Seema. The one thing that feels a little bit off for me, it's that the friends that the three women are making are all people of color. And I know the show is pushing for diversity because in the past has been, you know, heavily criticized for not having any black people, especially in New York. You couldn't find any black people in New York. Like all seasons of Sex and the City, there's only been 2 black men and they're like side hookups. It's like, that's all you could find? So this time around feels a little bit forced to me, and maybe it's their white guilt trying to make amends. Last but not least, did they really write off Stanford like that? Willie Garson deserved better. He moved to Japan to manage some TikToker and is getting a divorce from Anthony? Him and Carrie have been friends for so long. He was there since the beginning of Sex and the City. And I get that the writers must have had a hard time trying to end Stanford's character in a respectful way. But like that, no phone call from Stanny. It wasn't even a letter that he left Carrie. It was a note. It brought me back memories when she got broken up by that dude. Remember when that dude broke up with her via Post-it and she was smoking a doobie and she had to show the cop the Post-it? Let me know in the comments down below. Do you feel like I'm feeling like all their new friendships are a little bit forced? If you like this video, make sure you hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and also hit the little bell, the notification button so you don't miss any future videos, and I'll see you next time.